Welcome back to After Dark. We're playing Black Mirror. And the last episode, we found that the door to William's study has been boarded shut. When we asked Bates about it, he told us that we could find some tools in the stable. So that's going to be our next area. So let's head out the front door. And now we get to explore outside. Doesn't seem to be anything clickable out here. So, let's head this way towards the stable. And here we have a bent piece of fence. Watching the opening video, we know why this is bent.
This is the place where William took his last breath. I won't leave before I find out the truth.
All right. There's Morris. But before we talk to him, let's have a look at things.
It's dry. No one has taken water from it in a long time. It's used so seldom, it's locked up. The humble abode of the groom is up there. I haven't any reason to go there.
Now we have the cart over here.
The bags are full of dry hay. They should be carried off into the stable before it starts raining.
All right, let's go to the stable.
There's enough light in here during the day.
Yeah.
Water for the horses. I don't want to get dirty.
God forbid. Lots of clickable stuff in here.
Our family's coat of arms. Someone should repair it. It appears stable, but I'm not going to climb up. Hay for the horses is in there, and that's Morris's responsibility.
Okay, we've got shelves.
Empty glasses and paint cans. Nothing useful.
Okay, we got a vise.
It's rusty, but it works. I don't need to take anything.
And the drawer, that's what we need.
I should be able to get rid of the barrier boards on the door to the tower.
Alright, well, we got what we need for that. We also got a metal box.
Nails, screws, nothing I need.
Okay. And finally we have this bottle.
Red wine from our cellar. How did the bottle get here? I'll ask Morris where he got it.
That's an expensive bottle of wine. The family has wine that they keep. How did Morris get that, huh? Let's ask him.
My name is Samuel Gordon. You are Morris, the groom, aren't you?
Yes, sir. I know who you are. Bates told me about you.
I would like to ask you about something, Morris. What can you tell me about Bates?
What do you want to know about him?
Well, I don't know exactly. He's different from when I knew him.
To me, he seems to be the same all the time. The same old standoffish mope.
He wasn't like that before.
That's possible. I've only known him for the couple of years that I've worked here.
So how many years have you been working here?
almost 5.
Morris, how did you get along with William?
Well, like a groom with the horse owner. Okay, I guess. He's only spoken a few sentences to me in all the time that I've been working here. I mean, I saw him very seldom.
I see. Morris, you are right next to the old wing. Can you see inside the old tower from your room?
What do you mean? I never go there. Who told you that? It was that old drunkard, right?
I was just asking, why are you so upset?
I knew that Flores bastard was spreading gossip about me again. He tells you anything, don't believe him, sir. Ends to get smashed and talk out of his ass.
Sure, but you've been to the old wing, right?
Yes, but only out of curiosity. I've got no reason to go there. And it's a strange place anyway.
What do you mean?
Well, I haven't exactly got a good feeling about it. I feel like I'm being watched by something older than the centuries within those old, damp walls. And the silence, it makes one feel as if one cannot speak. Frankly, I'm glad I don't have any work to do there.
So even someone outside of the family doesn't feel comfortable inside that castle, especially in the old wing, where it seems that any repairs made to it seem to fall apart, almost like it's stuck in time. There's also a subplot here between him and the gardener. They don't like each other very much.
Morris, look here. Do you know this man?
I wouldn't say so. I've never seen him around here.
Okay, thank you. Morris, I've noticed you have a bottle of wine on your workbench in the stable.
Wine? I sometimes take a sip when it's cold outside, but never during work.
It appears to be our vintage red. Where did you get it?
Well, Sir William gave it to me some time ago. Just this one bottle.
Really?
Yes, sir.
All right, Morris. I do not believe that William would have given away some of our best wine. Morris must have gotten it some other way. I will go then.
All right, sir.
Morris might be skimming a little off the top, huh? Well, we have what we need. But while we're out here, we may as well explore the outside, perhaps talk to the gardener. Let's head over here. Actually, on the screen, I believe there is... Yeah, you can click
The
on...
window of my room.
Yeah. There's some things to click in here.
One of the several large rocks in the garden. No one knows how they got here. It must be centuries old. It invokes a rather queer feeling in me.
Alright. Summer house.
I used to play in it when I was a little kid. Back then, it wasn't so stagnant and neglected.
That's it for out here. That's a door back into the kitchen, but we don't need to go in there. Okay. There's a bench under this dead tree.
The fallen tree has surrounded it completely. There's no way to reach it. It's awful to see the garden in such decay.
Yeah, it looks pretty rough.
Its water used to be crystal clear. I'll tell Henry to clean it up. It can't stay this dirty. Its water used to be...
Okay.
This is where the oldest trees grew. Victoria loved them so much. And this is what's left of them.
Maybe Henry will have an explanation as to why this place looks like this. We can find him down here towards the main gate. Speaking of the main gate, we can't leave right now, but these stones that he said we don't know how they got here apparently are called menhir?
I'd be interested to know where these stones came from.
There's a mailbox here.
This is where our mail is brought. At least it used to be. There is nothing in it. No letter. There is nothing in it.
But it remains a hot spot, so probably at some point we'll get mail.
No letter.
Okay.
The smoke from the leaves smells nice.
Before we talk to him, let's go back to the greenhouse.
The wood is ready to go into the grinder. They're full of leaves. Henry has plenty of work taking care of the garden. All those leaves will get burnt in the end.
And we got a grinder.
It looks like blood. Is this possible?
Uh-oh. Anyone ever seen Fargo? Blood in the grinder. Can we get into the greenhouse?
The door is locked.
Okay. Let's talk to Henry.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. My name is Henry. I take care of the garden. It's not an easy job. I don't have anyone to help me. But you probably wanted to speak about something else, sir. What can I do for you, sir?
I would just like to ask a few questions.
Or a lot of questions. Damn.
How long have you been working here, Henry?
About a year, sir.
The garden seems rather deteriorated. Everything used to blossom around here, but now...
I'm trying hard, sir, but I can't get everything done just by myself. This garden is really a lot of work, sir.
Why doesn't anyone maintain the rear garden?
I don't know, sir. Probably because nobody ever goes there.
And what about the fountain? There used to be fish in it once. I have no problem with the rear garden as such, but I want you to clean the fountain.
But, sir, isn't that rather futile? I mean, it can't even be seen from the front. It's going to be a lot of wasted work.
Either you clean it by tomorrow, or you can start looking for a new job.
As you wish, sir.
Jesus Christ. I kind of don't like the character I'm playing. He just met this man and he's ordering him to clean up a fountain that no one even sees.
Henry, there's blood in the grinder in front of the greenhouse. Where did it come from?
But that's impossible, sir. I only put branches in it. Are you quite sure?
Perhaps you're right. I probably imagined it. I should probably take a rest. Who knows what I've seen? Tell me, Henry, what did you think of William?
I didn't really know him, sir. I'd scarcely seen him.
You have worked here every day and you hardly saw him?
Well, you see, Sir William wouldn't go to the garden very often, and I only do what Madame Victoria tells me. Bates was the only one allowed in his study. He wouldn't let anyone else in.
Is there anything else you can tell me about him?
I don't really feel like talking about him with you.
Why not?
How would I put it? Everyone reckoned he was a bit of a loony. You know what I mean.
Go on.
I don't really want to talk about it with you, sir. Please ask someone else.
What does that mean? Why would anybody perceive William as mad?
Or it could just be that you're prying everyone about everything and you just met this man.
Henry, do you recognize the man in this picture? Have you ever seen him?
No, sir. I don't think I have. Who is it? Should I know him?
No, probably not. I just wanted to know if you had ever met him.
I'm sorry, sir.
Henry, I went to the greenhouse and found it locked. Why?
I lock it during the day as well, just to be safe.
To be safe?
I don't want anyone wandering about the place and snooping in my stuff.
Do we have strangers walking around here then?
No, sir. That's not the problem. But I've seen Morris around there a couple times, and he's got no business there. The greenhouse and the garden are both my responsibilities. I usually lock it so that I can be sure nothing gets lost. But if you want to have a look inside, sir, I'll open it.
No, I only wanted to know why it was locked. What could Morris be looking for in the greenhouse? I will leave you to your work.
Well, perhaps we'll talk about that later. But let's look at this grinder again.
There is nothing here. I could swear I had seen blood. I'd better take my medication.
It's just a grinder. No blood in there. Maybe we did imagine it. Okay. Well, we've explored outside. We've met Morris and Henry. They don't like each other very much. But we have the tools to get in. So, let's head back to the old wing.
Done. The path is free of obstacles.
And
Damn! The door is locked.
boo.
I have no idea where the key could be. I should ask Victoria.
Okay. You need to get the dialogue that you should ask Victoria to actually have it move forward. Otherwise, you won't get the option. Another thing when I first played that I got stuck on, because I didn't click on the door twice. So let's head downstairs, and we should now be able to talk to her.
I know I should leave Victoria alone, but I must ask her about the key to William's study in the tower.
Now we can finally have a look around this room.
I have nothing to look for in these drawers. It most likely contains Victoria's personal things. I won't be opening it. One of my distant ancestors, Durgam Gordon. This canvas is at least 300 years old. Strange that time has not faded it. Durgam Gordon. Lucky Arrow. 9 victories in one season. I can't remember the name. Probably one of the older stallions. Yes, 1890. Lucky Arrow, 1890. In the past, we used to have our own stable of full-blooded stallions. Some of them won many races. All that fame is long lost now. A souvenir of one of our champion horses.
We used to have them racing stallions. What's this?
An old issue of a magazine on nature, Nature Will. I haven't the time to read now.
All right. Let's talk to Victoria.
Victoria, I know you want to be alone, but I must ask you about something that only you can answer.
Maybe it will help to get some fresh thoughts. Memories can become so tiring. During the last few years, I have had plenty of time with my thoughts. What is it that you want to talk about, Samuel?
That's a lot of topics.
Can you have a look at this picture? Do you know who this man is?
I've seen that face before. Yes, but not exactly this one.
What do you mean?
He was much younger than this picture, but it was the same person.
So, who is it?
William once brought an orphan here and offered him food and shelter for a couple of days. He lived for a time outside by the stable, a humble, quiet boy.
Do you know what his name was?
It was a very long time ago. I cannot remember. He stayed with us for quite some time, but then he completely changed. It was as if he had gone mad. We could not let him stay here after that. They took him to Ashbury.
What happened to him then?
I really do not know. As I said, it was a very long time ago. Robert might remember. It was he who accepted that boy as a patient.
So Robert might be a doctor as well, it looks like. Robert has his office in Ashbury. They had an orphan who stayed with them for a little time, and he became, as she said, mad, maybe went a little crazy, so they had to take him to Ashbury. So maybe he runs like a psychiatric hospital, maybe?
Victoria, why was William hiding away in his study? No one saw him go outside, and he would not let anyone in. Why all the secrecy?
I don't know, Samuel. About half a year ago, he closed himself in that damn tower and spent whole days and nights there. He never told me what he was doing. When I asked, he merely stated that he was looking for the truth and that he would not stop until he found it. It entirely absorbed him, and you know how it ended. I hope that he has found his truth.
I hoped I would not have to return to this place ever again. And even now, I'm not sure if I should have.
I did not dare hope you would come. The letters to you were all returned, and no one from the family had seen you in years. As time passed, we assumed you were dead.
I didn't open a single one of them. I wanted to forget it all. Only that morning letter. I had to open that one. Maybe I should have left it unread, like the other ones.
Your words are cold, Samuel.
If it hadn't been for William's death, I would have never returned. I returned because of William only. I don't expect you to understand it.
Jeez, man, you gotta say it like that?
Bates isn't looking well. He's old and very tired. He should take a rest.
I would suggest that to him myself, but I know he does not want to be alone right now. He and William were friends long before I knew him. He has worked here all his life, just like his father before him. He feels comfortable to be with us, I am sure.
That person who was with us at the funeral, who is he?
Dr. Herman, our family physician. But it would be more accurate to say our family friend.
I had never heard of him.
Well, how could you? He moved here long after you had gone away. He's a good man. He was a friend to William and has helped us a good deal. Until William began avoiding people, they were often together. Why are you interested in Heinz?
I don't know him, so I wanted to know who he is.
Hines is in the library. We haven't talked to him yet because we will eventually have to go there, and I'm just saving it for that.
Do you need anything, Victoria?
No, thank you, Samuel. I am all right. Maybe just... No, you needn't worry. I'll ask Bates.
I spoke with Robert about the old wing. He said its walls were the only remnants of the original castle.
That is true. It is all that survived the burn.
I do not recall anyone that had conquered the castle in the past.
No one conquered it, at least not in the true sense of the word. The castle was half destroyed in a conflict between the first Gordons. Marcus knew he could not rise against his brother's people directly. Therefore, he decided to take him by surprise in the secret chapel deep under the castle. Mordred realized this too late, and the consequences were terrible. But those are merely old legends. Just old stories.
A secret chapel below the castle, huh?
That secret chapel you have spoken of, it must be somewhere beneath us.
Nobody has ever found a trace of the entrance, let alone the whole chapel, Samuel. It's merely an old legend from the Chronicle.
What happened to Marcus after Mordred died?
He became the lord of the manor and died a long time later, a tired old man. As a tribute to his leadership, they buried him in a secret crypt. Today no one knows where his body rests.
Do any further records of his life still exist?
None that I know of.
Victoria, I need the key to William's study. I know that you insist that no one go in there, but...
No one is allowed to set foot in there. Why are you talking about that place to me, Samuel? Why are you making me think of it?
I just wanted...
Go away. I need to be alone now.
Of course.
You pissed her off, Samuel.
I should leave Victoria alone now that I have offended her. I'll apologize later.
In fact, maybe we should now. Let's see. I think we need to talk to Bates. He's not there. I think Bates might be by our bedroom. I think he is putting our fireplace on. Yep.
I have lit the fire in your room as you wished, sir.
Thank you, Bates. It was quite cold in there.
I will return to my duties now. If you need something, I will be downstairs in the hall.
All right.
I don't know if we have to look at the fire, but may as well just in case.
The fireplace is lit. It's warm in here now.
Maybe not. I was looking for Bates, and now he has left me.
Bates?
Yes, sir?
Bates, this might seem strange to you, but I would like to see the exact spot where William died.
Oh, but why, sir?
I have my reasons.
Oh, well, follow me if you insist. This is where the awful thing happened. Please, just do not ask me to describe it to you. I have told the detective everything already, and I would not want...
No, that's all right, Bates.
Why all of this then, sir?
I can feel something is not right. I just don't know what. Have you found anything unusual around here?
No, maybe just... We noticed a strange spot under the tower window, right there. No one knows where it came from. If you would allow me, sir, I'd rather go now.
Certainly. I knew Bates wouldn't understand why I was doing this. Something tells me things aren't quite as they seem.
You might have noticed this the first time we passed by, but until we have this conversation, we can't actually click on it.
It looks like a symbol of some sort, or a sign. I should put this down somehow. It looks like I should put...
So he wants us to make a copy of it. Which means, now we should be able to go pick up our camera. But now, these shrubs have become a hotspot.
The castle is literally surrounded by bushes. The castle is literally...
Oh right, we have to right-click on this one.
I'll have a closer look. Something got stuck between the branches of the shrub. What could it be?
Yeah, what is this?
Whatever it is, it seems incomplete.
It's like a circular medallion with a squarish hole in the middle. Well, maybe someone knows what it is.
Morris, do you have a moment?
Sure.
The gardener, what is he like?
Henry? A quiet type of person, I'd say. As long as he's sober, that is. You know what I mean.
I was unaware of his drinking.
You can bet on it, sir. When he's in the mood, he closes himself in his room and drinks until he can't lift his head. Usually he just sits there, staring at nothing and drinking. I'd say that is quite odd, isn't it?
Odd indeed. He does not seem like a drunkard to me.
Well, you can trust me, and you're bound to see for yourself anyway.
So this whole Henry the Gardener drinking problem, the game makes a point to nail it in, that he has a secret drinking problem. Although Morris doesn't seem to be on the level either. This guy seems to be a drunkard too. I mean, he's had stolen our red wine and sitting on his workspace.
What can you tell me about this?
Let me see. A piece of hard stone with some symbols. Looks quite old. Other than that, I don't know.
Have you seen anything like this around? Inside the castle, perhaps?
No, you see, I seldom go inside. Madame Victoria doesn't like to see me there.
Can you think of anyone who may know something about this?
Well, it looks old. Maybe that bloodsucker Murray might know something. He buys and sells such stuff, you know. Sometimes he has people coming to him from great distances to look through some of that junk he's got. God knows where he gets it all from.
Thanks. I'll certainly go see him.
No problem, sir.
I will go then.
All right, sir.
So he's talking about Murray, who runs the pawn shop in town. Let's see if maybe Henry knows anything about the strange object. I believe at this time he is now in his greenhouse, so we can go and explore that now.
used to be very fond of this place. He would often come here to make paintings, and sometimes would spend whole days here. The Black Mirror Castle.
Doesn't seem like there's anything else to click on in here. So I guess we'll just talk to Henry.
Henry?
Yes?
That picture behind us, Henry. When did William paint it?
A long time ago, sir. When he still went out to the garden. Madam ordered me to leave it here, so I've been taking care of it. Sir William sure was talented. Don't you think, sir?
Yes, he was. I will leave you to your work.
Alright, well, I guess he doesn't have anything to say about the strange object, so. So back inside we go. We need to head upstairs to get our camera. But before that we do that, we should talk to Bates again. The real reason I wanted to speak to him is because he will tell us to go apologize to Victoria, and he's gone. What the hell, man? Bates needs a bell on him or something.
Do you need anything, sir?
I would like to ask you about something.
Certainly, sir.
I found this at that place you took me to.
You mean where Sir William?
Yes, I'm quite sure it can shed some light on what has happened.
I am not as optimistic as you are, sir. Maybe you should hand the object over to Detective Collier.
Bates, this thing may help us discover something new.
I know one thing, sir. Sir William is dead, and no one can do anything to change that.
You don't happen to believe that it was a suicide or an accident, do you? I have known William too long to believe that.
Well, I have already offered my opinion on the matter. Can I go now, sir?
You surprise me, Bates.
I'm sorry, sir. Talk to Henry. He was working on the flower beds that evening. He might know more than I do.
It seems to me that Bates knows something he doesn't want to talk about. But why would he do that? No, I'm not too sure.
You know, it could just be that he lost a friend extremely recently and you're just badgering him about it constantly.
Bates, I said something inappropriate to Victoria. Do you think she will accept my apology?
Certainly, sir. Madam has a good heart. But if I may advise you, sir, offer your apology as soon as possible.
I think I will go now.
I'll return to my work.
Okay, while we're at it, he asked us to put the key back.
I put the key back where I found it.
And considering we already have unlocked it, the door to the attic, we don't need it anymore. So let's go apologize to Victoria.
Should apologize. May I speak with you for a while, Victoria?
Of course, Samuel.
I'd like to apologize for what I said before.
I may have been hasty in my response as well. I had that key destroyed so that no one can ever enter the tower again. Maybe William had another key, I do not know.
Where are his personal belongings now?
I do not know. Ask Herman. I do not want to talk about it.
That new gardener, Henry. I've heard he drinks.
He is not new here. He has been working for us for over a year now. What you have heard is true, but it does not happen very often. Except for that particular habit, he is polite and hard-working.
I'm surprised you're saying this. Does his drinking not bother you?
Well, I do, but I would have trouble finding anyone else for the job.
Replacing him with a new gardener couldn't possibly be a problem, could it?
Maybe not a few years ago, but now... You haven't been here in a long time. A lot has changed, Samuel. No one wants to work for us, not after what happened. People are superstitious. They see dark forces in everything. I'm glad that he has stayed, even if my garden looks so miserable. But why are you asking about Henry? Is it that you know something about him that I should know too?
Positive or negative answer? I mean, no, I don't know anything. Here's my thing. So the guy's an alcoholic. As long as he's not drinking on the job and it's affecting his work, who cares?
No, not really. I'll keep my eye on him, though. Look at this stone fragment. Does it mean anything to you?
No, I wouldn't say so. But yes, I have seen something similar on William's desk. He was very careful with that thing. Only I don't know what the big deal was. He never spoke about it.
So there was something similar on William's desk. Maybe it fell off of his body? Let's go upstairs and get our camera, because we're going to need that to take a picture of the symbol.
It should still work. There's no film in it, and my old films are useless.
We've got the camera, but we don't have any film. That's our next dilemma. Let's talk to Robert while we're up here.
I need to speak with you, Robert.
Sure.
I need film for my camera. Do you know where I can get some?
Well, perhaps down in Willow Creek. But hold on, I think I may have a couple of rolls myself. They should probably still be usable.
Can you give me one?
I would be happy to, but I put them in the attic with some other old things. It is in my chest. That's the one right round the corner. You'll have no problem finding it.
Thank you. I'll go pick it up.
Sure. Take all the film you need. I have no use for it.
I went to the attic to get that film, but your chest is locked. May I borrow your key?
Locked? Oh, I have entirely forgotten about that. Sorry. Here's the key.
Thank you. I'll bring it back.
You needn't hurry. I use it so infrequently.
I spoke with Bates. Why don't you allow him into your study?
Did he tell you this? You see, I just don't want anyone to disturb me all the time. I have enough of my own problems and can do without his civility.
What's the matter?
Nothing special, I guess. I just happen to have a bit more work than usual these days.
Morris and Henry don't seem to like each other.
They've got some battles going on, but unless they bump into each other too often, they cause no harm. I don't really care about their silly problems.
Why doesn't Victoria like Morris?
You mean why she can't stand him? Well, maybe because he's so common. Aristocratic prejudice, you know what I mean. I'm not into this nonsense about blue blood myself. Victoria, however, has her own opinions.
Robert, look at this old picture. Do you know who this might be?
No, I do not know that person. Why are you asking?
Sometimes these positive or negative answers don't exactly explain what Samuel will say. So,
I found the picture in the old wing, torn to pieces in a fireplace.
Given the fact that someone has torn up the picture, the person in it is probably not anyone important. Forget about it.
I completely disagree.
I showed the picture we talked about yesterday to Victoria. She said she knew the man, that he had lived for some time near the castle. Are you sure you don't know who he is?
Let me see the picture again. I'm not quite certain, but he resembles one of my patients in the institution. It could possibly even be him. I do not see where this picture could have come from, though.
Maybe we can find out. Who could have brought a picture of some madman to the castle? And why?
So we just caught Robert in a lie. He said he didn't know the man. And then when I said, well, I spoke to Victoria about it, and she said he lived here for a time, all of a sudden he's like, oh, yes. Perhaps I did know him. He resembles a man at my institution. So, Robert's hiding something.
Morris says that Henry drinks quite a bit. I don't like that very much, to tell you the truth.
Neither do I. But there was no one else to take the job. So we have basically put up with that habit of his. He has not done anything wrong yet, anyway.
Not yet, right? I must go now.
Right then. I'll return to my work.
All right, with that being said, I think we're done with this episode. Next episode, we will go up into the attic. We'll get some film for the camera, take a picture of that symbol. And then I think we'll be able to finally head out of town. We need to head down to that pawn shop and talk to Murray about the strange object, I think. So, yeah. Well, thank you very much. I hope you're enjoying this game. I know it's a slow burn for sure, but I mean, I was already super intrigued in this story when I got to this point, so hopefully you are too. And I will see you next time. You stay safe out there, and have a good night.